Hey, it's good to have you back. So it's a beautiful cloudy day here in Vancouver as usual, of course, and there's nothing better to do on such days than shooting vlog videos and do projects and projects and basically not go out anywhere. Just as a recap from last vlog, I basically tried to do it from the phone, shoot on GoPro but transfer wirelessly to my phone, do the editor using a couple of programs, one from Adobe and another one, but basically afterwards I tried all three major programs on the phone, and editing just wouldn't work out the way I thought from the phone doing vlogs. First of all, on the phone doing actual editing is like impossible task. There is also no way on any of the apps to fix sound volume or any sound issues, and there is always sound issues, so it's completely scratched idea. I'm not gonna try to do it anymore. I experimented, I'll put it, and even doing thumbnail for video I did it on my phone. The whole process was on phone. Still, the quality is bad, and of course I was busy, it was night and I had different chores and all that, but yeah, I'm not gonna do that anymore. So proper edits now on the computer. There's another issue I'm trying to resolve, and that is dealing with my 5-year-old computer. How do I speed up editing, both having as much as possible real-time playback, so my edits are not hair-ripping process when everything is so laggy that to trying to align audio video takes forever, and we have to do all those cuts. I mean, for vlogs, not so much a big issue. For trip videos, post-processing, what's the effects, all that, it starts to become a huge loss of time just dealing with that. And so I started looking at some vlog videos out there of like pro vloggers about the specs, what do you need for video editing, because it's different from gaming or doing 3D, the requirements of the computer, what works, what doesn't. And it seemed like initially I thought I needed a better GPU, and it would only make sense to switch from my 5-year-old machine, well, not full machine, but to swap video card. It would make sense to get something like 1080 GeForce GTX or 1080, and they're quite pricey. Like 1080 easily can be one grand right now, Canadian. But the problem is miners. This is crypto mania right now, and any shop anywhere, at least in Canada, even in the US actually, sold out completely. Like you can't buy it. You have to be in the lineup. You can reserve it, but you go anywhere, it's like out of stock. Even like anything 1080, 1060 or 1070. That's because there were like drastically better upgrades with the technology, especially 1070 and 1080. There's a huge amount of CUDA cores, better data with throughput. So I started looking at some more videos and discovered that no, actually, considering my system is so old, it makes sense to switch CPU. But then again, it makes sense one day if I do something like i5 generation 8 and I'm sitting on generation 4 or 3 even. i5 I think just i7 I mean by Intel just got released recently, and they claim that whatever editing you did before that took 45 minutes to export now takes 3 minutes. Of course, the more effects and everything you throw at it, the more it's gonna start going a little bit into GPU, but overall underneath it all, seems it makes sense to update CPU. So I actually started looking at some other ways how I can speed up my, maybe not necessarily exporting, but editing. And it seems like Premiere has ways of transcode your raw footage, whatever you bring into Premiere, into a format that is much better for video editing as far as frame rates go, and also it allows you to save out temporarily low resolution and use like proxy files. Essentially you're editing much lower resolution and a different codec that is better, and when you're done you just substitute it with your final footage and it's good to go. But back to the truck stuff. So past 2 weeks I've been modeling it like till 2 AM. It takes a while to try to get everything precise, actually measure it in 3D in correct units, or some items like rotopacks, make sure measurements are correct, holes everywhere. So I try to be as close as possible. I think I got most of the stuff except for some parts that I don't need fabrication but already exist on my truck. I didn't need to measure them. I just went by picture references, so it's like good enough, whatever. But if it's something that's connecting to the new setup that I want to have, maybe not necessarily fully like this in this year. So now that I've done this, I'm gonna send this to Nathan at Core Outfitters. It's a Canadian small brand, and I'm gonna send him this video and use this as a reference for him to start thinking how he's actually gonna fabricate it. Of course, some parts, some connectors I did, like welding points and so on, could be a little bit differently from engineering point of view of actual fabricator. I just mocked up like roughly where I think I will put some kind of a connection between tubes to weld it together, make it stronger, that kind of stuff. For the most part, this whole thing that I modeled is 99% accuracy. I've measured everything inside canopy, and the idea is for this setup is to have endo frame inside the canopy, so 6 supports sticking out onto the roof. So now it's like a cage inside. So you don't do the outside between truck bed and the canopy and just raise those pillars up like this, because it's great for loads in the city again, but might still be a little bit of an issue going off-road, all that stuff. So, and also with this setup, I'm still having that exoskeleton as well. So endoskeleton actually holds the weight, everything, 6 pillars, and then crossbars from that, and then I have exoskeleton onto which the rotor packs would mount and all that stuff. Also, to accommodate the increased load, when I had fully loaded trip set up, my previous roof and all that, I was 3.65 tons weight. I expect with some of this aluminum exoskeleton stuff and endoskeleton, plus some overtime increased setup, I'm probably gonna be something like 200 kilos more, maybe 150. So I'm definitely going beyond GVWR rating for the truck, and I'll soon. And so in the near future, I'm actually gonna go to North Shore guys to help me out again and discuss what can we do to unsag almost 3 inches sag with no 2.5 of previous setup. With new setup, I expect it's going to be 3.5 inches almost sit. So probably airbags, coilovers for actual bumpy road ride, all that, so this doesn't wobble and shake. I'm not sure. This is what I need to go and decide with them what we're gonna do to future-proof that build and overall make it still kind of mid-speed, nice off-road racy kind of setup, and how we can just overall reinforce rear axle on this guy. And of course some people might say, well, doing all this, why don't you just get Power Wagon, you know, it's got front, rear, lockers, all that stuff. I don't have any lockers, and so far I've been okay. Eventually maybe I'll do lockers, I don't know, but I've been okay about it. As long as I have my land anchor, and I do, and max tracks and winches, I'll deal with situation without lockers. So yeah, at this point, if I'm trying to do all this to suspension to deal with increased load, why don't I get Power Wagon? It's already off-road built. Well, first of all, they're expensive, more expensive, even used, and in Canada, definitely expensive. Prices in Canada here overall for everything are more expensive in US, and so I don't wanna. I actually a few days ago I was checking the load capacity of Power Wagons. We know they're 2500 vehicle, solid from an axle and all that. They're not a true 2500 truck. The load rating on Ram, the load rating on Power Wagon is pretty much the same as 1500. It's only, I think, 1 pound difference officially, that's all. So any of this stuff, anything to bring the sag up and improve suspension with all this added weight, I would need to do on Power Wagon regardless. So it's out of the question. Or you could switch to 3500, right, and go, well, first of all, and I would need 3500 gas engine to third world countries, you need gas, unless your vehicle is very old, but you can use old, like normal diesel in third world countries, not the low sulfur, then you're okay. And it's also the stuff I've done here. Some installations already, like all the wiring, all this effort that I've so far put into this vehicle, waiting several months for bumper to arrive and install. Like, I don't want to start from scratch. If I ever upgrade to a vehicle, like something that's more capable, I'm not even sure it would be even 3500. Maybe it will be all the way from this truck, and who knows, decade to come, maybe it's going to be a Unimog. Although those guys have drawbacks as well, minuses, like being big, not good for very small trails, where even this guy has issues having small, being on small trails. Those guys even more. You get more comfort, but they're chubby and slow, and like there's no ideal vehicle. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna go up to that one, or maybe indeed down the road, maybe I'll lift a van in who knows how many years. For now, this is my vehicle. This is my starter vehicle. I want to make sure I can go long distances, self-sufficient with it. Yeah, unfortunately, I have to come up with something on suspension, but generally, we all suffer. All off-roaders or overlanders that really outfit their stuff, we all suffer from an increased weight and probably go over a GVRW rating. Still alive. Oh yeah, so without further ado, let's roll the footage. Well, I hope you liked this episode, and if you did, you can support me by hitting the like button and subscribe, and also check out my previous videos by hitting the links below or just after this video.